Cool. Good morning. This morning's class is called Healthy Habits, and what I wanted to do was bring in a few elements of what I deem to be good things that we can be incorporating into our sort of everyday, and mainly sort of mobilizing and moving different parts of our body. So we're going to start on our back, and we're going to start by breathing. So I want you to think about the back of the neck being long, the shoulder blades open, and the sacrum resting heavily onto the mat. And as we breathe, let's just start to breathe into our low belly. Feel your belly rise on your inhale. Feel it soften on your exhale. As you breathe here, just feel that expansion of the lower body. And the lower ribs moving outwards, upwards, backwards towards the mat. And as you breathe, I want you to take a breath all the way into the top. So breathing down into the belly, low ribs, and then all the way into the upper chest. In through the nose, and then just let it go with an audible sigh through the mouth. And as you let it go, just let your body soften. Do one more like that, in through the nose, into the low belly, low chest, upper chest, all the way to the top. Filling, 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 and then just letting it go through the mouth. And letting any tension that you might be holding on to this morning, let that go as well. We're going to do a few rounds of box breath. Just again, this is a really brilliant healthy habit to bring into our day. Breathing is a great way to start our day, but bring in at any time. So we're going to be breathing in for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4. So on your next breath in, we're going to inhale for 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, keeping it soft, hold, exhale, and hold. Inhaling to the belly, hold, softly at the top. Exhale through the nose and hold at the bottom. Last round, inhale, hold, keeping it soft. Exhaling through the nose and holding at the bottom. And then we're just going to take our breath back to normal, in and out through the nose. Oh, excuse me. And then we're going to start to move. So grab a block or something between your thighs. We want to be squeezing something to activate our inner line. Feet firmly through the floor, so big toe, little toe, heel, really solid base of support. The squeezing of something in between the thighs will make sure you're not tipping out onto that outer foot too. So activating that inner line, and then peel your bum up, coming into that low bridge, lengthen the lower back. Start to pulse in those glutes as you take your right hand to the sky, pull back on the right fingers. Oh, excuse me, with the left hand, really push up to the ceiling, open through the palm, forearm, big pulses, so we're really working into those glutes this morning. Lifting and lowering, breathing. Swap hands, pull the left fingers back, push up to the sky. Good, really getting some heat in that bum. Make sure your glutes are active, make sure they're firing. If you need, give them a prod, give them a tap, say, come on, switch on. Good. And then let's swivel those fingers so they face the thigh. The palm is still facing up. You've bented your elbow and you're just finding a slightly different stretch through your wrist and forearm. You should feel it on the front side, well, the underside of your forearm. And then swap back to the right. So the fingers are facing the thigh. The palm is facing up to the ceiling. Again, you're opening through the fingers and you're pulling those fingers back down. Good, breathe. Really think about the breath and the control. Take your hands to fists. Let's circle in those wrist joints, mobilizing. Don't worry if it's snap, crackle and poppy this morning. And then let's do our jazz hands. So big stars, tight fists, and we're going to speed them up as fast as we can go. See if you can take your hands faster but not increase the pulsing speed. It's so you're separating the control in the body. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, speedy, 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 3, 2, 1, shake it off, and then roll upper back, middle back, lower back, down to the mat with control. We're going to move on to our abdominals. Interlace the hands behind the head, elbows frame the face. I don't know why I'm yawning, sorry. Knees over hips, really root into that sacrum. If you've still got something in between your thighs, great. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Low belly pulls down and back. Really hug in towards the mat. Inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Exhaling all of that air out of the lungs as you lift up. Lifting up into those elbows. Feel this connection point to the lower abdominal. Good. Inhale, come down. We're going to take the block away, bring our feet back down. This time just take the left leg, left knee over the left hip. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Make sure that pelvis stays level. It doesn't want to tip over to the left. Very easy to let it do. So make sure you stabilize through the pelvis. Inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Twist to the left, hug into that midline. Really think about staying off this left shoulder. We want the elbows tucked around the face so we're not on the shoulder. Back to center, inhale, come down. It makes it harder. Exhale, we lift. Twist to the left. Slice that right arm to the outer edge of the left thigh. Try not to push on the thigh. Keep the hand sort of away from the body and reach it further away. Hug this left elbow around the face to stay off this left shoulder. Hand behind the head, inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift again. Twist to the left. Slice that right arm to the outer edge of the left thigh. Pull into the sacrum and let's pulse for 5, 4, reaching those fingertips away. 2, 1, hand behind the head. Inhale, come down. We're going to do one more of those. Exhale, we lift. Twist to the left. Slice and reach away for 5, 4, 3. Pull into the midline. 2, 1, you should feel it spicing up in that low abdominal. Left foot down, right knee hovers. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Watch that tipping of the right hip. We don't want it to fall over to the right. We keep the pelvis level. Good. Inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Twist to the right. Stay off that right shoulder. Keep the right shoulder hugging, the right elbow hugging around the face. Back to center, inhale, come down. Good, the pelvis isn't moving. Exhale, we lift. Lifting into the elbows, twist right. Slice the left arm to the outer edge of the right thigh. Reach a little further. Hug into the midline. This should be starting to really heat up those deep abdominals. Hand behind the head, inhale, come down. Good. Exhale, we lift again. Twist to the right, slice the arm, reach and pulse for 5, 4. Use that low abdominal to lift you up, not anything else. Good. Hand behind the head, inhale, come down. Whew. Last one, exhale, we lift. Twist to the right, watch you don't tip. and reach and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Feet down, bring your knees into your chest. Just have a little massage of the sacrum on the mat. And then we're going to rock and roll a couple of times on the length of the mat, coming on over onto all fours. From here, we're just going to move our spine. So we're going to do a couple of cat-cows, starting to arch at the base of the spine, pulling the chest through, shoulders hugging towards the hips. In cow, try not to jut your chin forwards, keep the neck in line with the spine, and then tuck the tailbone, starting at the base of the back, lower back, mid back, upper back. Slurp that low belly up, release the neck, really push through the hands. Good, and then go the other way, pull the chest through, shoulders to hips. Really think about engaging the whole chain. Good, and then tucking the tailbone, release. Release the neck, let it nod, let it shake. And then you can just take a barrel roll going left to right between the two. So you're going through cat up, through cow up to cat, and then reverse the barrel roll. So it should feel really yummy, but you're getting a little bit of sideways movement as well. Good. From here, come back to stillness. Think about dialing those hands out energetically. They're underneath the shoulders, okay? So the shoulders are sitting on the back body, neck's drawing back, knees are under hips. Good. From here, we're going to warm up those shoulders. So do some shoulder slides. We're going to let the shoulders slide in towards the spine, and then we push into the floor to feel them pushing apart. Again, if I come a little closer, they slide in, they push apart, okay? So we really want to make sure that we don't let the shoulders elevate as they come in. So we're having the muscles will naturally, the way they're attached, want them to do that. So we have to really think about holding them in the neutral position on the back body. Okay, good. Let's do a few more. Really think about that slow control, squeezing into the midline, pushing apart, dialing those hands out, really connecting. Notice if one side feels weaker than the other. Good. Nice. Last one. Good. And then from here, we're sitting on our tucked toes, okay? Again, this is something, open the base, the sole of the foot. A lot of people find this very challenging, but because we're sticky, okay? So we want to get into the sole of that, the fascia of the sole of the foot. So sitting on the toes, and I'm just going to let you close down your eyes and breathe here, okay? So think about connecting back to the breath. If it feels uncomfortable on the toes, go to the point where you feel you can't sort of take it anymore, but really connect back to that breath. It's a great opportunity to connect. We need functional breath in order to have functional movement. So in and out through the nose, thinking about drawing that breath into the low part of the body, ribs moving outwards, and it's this dance between your inhale and exhale. Really focusing on that as you breathe. Nice, do one more breath here. And then we're going to untuck our toes just so we give them a break. Sit back on them, and we're going to mobilize our neck. So all of these little bits you can bring into your day at any point. Maybe you're sat at your desk. That's the whole idea of sort of how I've created this class. So again, sitting back, we're just going to rotate our neck to the right, back through the middle, rotate it to the left. Keep the shoulders level, you're just moving through the neck. Back through center, chin to chest, feel it opening through the back line of the body. And then lift up, gaze to the sky, feel a lift up and out of your spine. Come back through center, take the gaze to the left. Back through center, gaze to the right. Back through center, gaze up, really lift up and out, and then center, chin to chest. Lift the head up, take the right ear down towards the right shoulder, should feel it open through the left side of the body. And if you want to add something extra, you can take your left arm out and slightly curve it in a semicircle, and you should feel maybe alteration in where you're feeling this in the neck as you move your arm. Keep the arm low, and then you can diagonally take a gaze towards an imaginary pocket on your right hand side. Keep that semicircle of the left arm moving, or find a place to sort of make it stop, as in come to stillness, and hold it if it feels good in a good spot. Slowly lift your head up back to center, ear over to the left, feel it through the right side of the neck. Again, try and keep your head straight for now. Right arm comes out in that semicircle, slowly moving from the front to the back through the semicircle. Breathing, finding where it might feel tight for you this morning, maybe pausing there, directing the breath to that place, and then diagonally into a pocket on your left hand side. Chin is pulling in, you're still drawing that neck back to the sky, and you can continue with that movement of the right arm, semicircling again. Find a sticky spot, pause, breathe. Nice. From here, slowly come up, and then we're going to come back into Dolphin. So interlace your hands, forearms on the mat, release the neck, tuck the toes, lift the bum to the sky, lengthen the spine, lift up and out of the shoulders. We don't want to be collapsing, we really want to think about lifting up to the pelvis. Knees are soft so that we're keeping the pelvis in neutral. Take the left leg long, left heel to bum, circle 3 times in that left hip joint. Really lift up and out of the mat. Breathe, notice if it feels super tight one way, just mobilize. We want to juice up that hip joint, so go the other way 3 times. Place that left foot down, right leg lifts, heel to bum, and then circle. Again, a lot to think about, lifting up and out of the mat, not rounding through the spine, not collapsing forwards. Mobilizing into that right hip and go the other way 3 times, juicing that big joint up. Nice, bring the foot down, and then we're going to come and stand at the top of the mat. If you've got blocks, bring them. From here, we're just going to do a roll down. So we're standing at the top of the mat. We're going to take our gaze to the sky, really think about length through the spine. I'm not arching in my back. I'm hugging my abdominals and finding the extension through my upper back. And then chin to chest, really curve. Feel like you're curving in the upper back, mid back as you slowly hinge backwards and let that spine round. As you soften all the way down to the floor, release the neck, and then slowly engage the glutes as you restack your spine vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to do one more. Gaze goes up, lengthen the spine, chin to chest, really tuck that chin, slowly roll back, rounding through the spine, feeling into every single vertebrae, really nice. Good. And then release at the bottom, neck wiggle, and then slowly restack. Nice. Coming up to stand, we're going to move on to our Sun Sal 1. So soft knees, ribs hugging towards the 2 front hip points, arms forwards and up, lengthen the spine, reach through the fingers, hinge from the hips, bum goes back. If you've got blocks, plant them. Right foot steps back, lower the right knee, bring the body up, back toes tucked, untucked, sorry. Let's roll those shoulders, really push through the right shin as well, so you're really getting into this right thigh, squeeze that right bum cheek, lengthen the spine, really grow up and out of the top of the head. Good, hands to the mat, step back, plank, zip up through the front line of the body. Watch you're not puffing up between the shoulders, so we want those shoulders sitting in neutral. If it feels too much, lower to the knees. Hold here and then slowly lower with control, heads of the shoulders stay lifted. Watch the neck doesn't dive down towards the mat. Good. Baby Cobra, pull the chest through. Squeeze the bum, hug the elbows in towards the side. Good. Release, neck is neutral, tuck the toes, lift up and back, down dog. Have a little pedal of those calves this morning, maybe add in a little hip wiggle. Pelvis wiggle, whatever feels comfortable for you. Right leg goes long, hug it towards the top of the mat, step it down, bring the body up. You're in 90-90, right foot forwards. Left back leg is foot is untucked. Again, drive through that left shin, Think about driving down as you elongate up and out of the mat, okay? So really lifting up and out of the mat. Squeeze this left bum cheek, and then let's roll the shoulders again. Super nice. Good job. Hands to the top of the mat, back foot steps in, lengthen the spine, come up to stand. Nice. Now